It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Sacramento Kings up against the Memphis Grizzlies. Well, for the Grizzlies, they dropped the first matchup against this squad. They'll try to even the series in tonight's game. Year after year after year after year, he just helps his team find a way to win. Mike Conley, a soft-spoken star in the league.
Yeah, you know what? He never gets the recognition he deserves. One, because he plays on a team that has some other great players, and then he's just not flashy, but he is the most efficient guard probably in the Western Conference, maybe second or third, maybe in the Western Conference.
And
efficiency.
He gives you something in every aspect.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. It's a Grizzlies home game. The fans around us amped up here in the FedEx Forum. Comes in for JaMychal Green, and Allen subbed in for Johnson. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Booker, he's checked in for Monty Eunice. Thomas comes in for Rudy Gay. Darren Collison, he's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And Freak subbed in for Rajon Rondo. On the court. Right now for the Kings, Freak in at point guard. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Trevor Booker. Then there's Lance Thomas, and it's Collison in at the 2 spot. Allen kicks to Conley, and it's blocked. And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession. White, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And a change for Sacramento. Kufis checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Here's Conley, coming off a solid outing against the Lakers. Here's Spates. Makes it off the glass. Spates has got his first points of the game.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Kufis the pass to Thomas. He kicks it to Kufis. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. With the break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. In third, the Grizzlies.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
First free throw is good. Donald Sloan's checked in for Mike Conley. And Kufis drops them both. Here's Sloan. 1:57 left in the first quarter. Wright sets a screen. And the pass to Spates. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Collison kicks to Freak. The tray. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Here's Sloan. Allen up top. The feed now to Spates. It's Allen on the wing. He's covered by Collison. That ties it up. Spates has got 6 points. Last game for the Kings, they picked up the W against the Hornets in Charlotte.
How about the energy level defensively in that game? I mean, they made finding an open shot a very difficult task for their opponents.
And it wasn't just in the half court. I mean, I thought they were excellent in transition defense as well. They didn't give up any easy baskets because they always had good floor balance and got back after the miss.
Here's Sloan looking for his first basket still in this one. Wright sets a screen. Here's Sloan, defended by Booker. Clock at 6. No good from Spates.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Here's Sloan. He feeds it to Spates. Right at the free throw line. That one a little long. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's Sacramento leading by 5. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad.
I played the game how it's supposed to be played. I played.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches. Bates checked in for Green. Lance Stevenson comes in for Allen. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Mike Conley. Maurice Spates out there with Mark Gasol. Then it's Lance Stevenson. Then it's Donald Sloan. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Kings?
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
You know, we've seen them bearing their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. I mean, that's a good start for them.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Here's Sloan. And another miss by Memphis.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one almost always deadly when he's that open. And they can up the ante a little bit there after that basket.
Yeah, you know, their lead's increasing, and they've got to be feeling better and better about the way this game is starting to play out now. So we'll see if they can close it out.
A nice shot by Gasol.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Spates sets a screen. Jumper off the screen. The shot misses. Great D that time from Collison. Here's Freak. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Grizzlies have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
And last season, when they got themselves to the line, they usually came through as a team up around 81%.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Grizzlies making a switch here. White's checked in. A drive by Collison. Passes it to Koufos. And that one's good. Koufos has got 4 this quarter.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Tipped away. And now the fast break. Thomas with the ball. No good from Booker.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him. A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
The Grizzlies have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. And that one falls for Stevenson.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Johnson, score of the basket, is 3rd after 5 shots.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
Kings leading now by 4. Freak dishes to Collison. To the left side wing. Jumper off the screen. And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Collison. Collison's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Sloan. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Just lifted.
Here's Stevenson. 14 points from him the last game against the Lakers. One second left, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. The Grizzlies have shot 75% of the strike, 6 of 8. First one falls for him. So it's both teams making substitutes. And that does it for the first half of play. And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
We've watched this.
Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for the Kings. Freak comes in for Rajon Rondo. Grizzlies have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. On the court right now for the Kings. Freak, he's in at the point. Trevor Booker is out there with Moniunas. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Gay in at the small forward position. 6 to shoot. Here's Gasol. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Pull up Jay. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. That's 12 points for Gay. Last outing for Memphis, they won that game against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Well, that was a very physical game, and I think that plays into their hands. So a lot of their points came at the foul line.
And it also led to a lot of foul trouble for some of the key guys they were up against. So we can't forget about that part of it either.
Freak kicks to Gay. Shoots. And it's Freak missing.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Outside Conley. Feeds to Gasol. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 4 assists in the game. Gay passes to Freak. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. And stolen by Freak. Plays it in off the breakaway. Freak's got it all tied up now for the Kings. The Grizzlies shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Right side, Conley. Green kicks to Conley. Offline with his 3. Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Clark, what you know about Sade? Smooth operator. But I agree with you. I think we're all seeing that right now.
Yes, indeed.
And the shot is good. Conley's got his second basket of the night.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time. His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Spates checked in for Gasol. Wright comes in for Green. Tony Allen's checked in for James Johnson. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Mike Conley. Then for the Kings, DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Moniunas. Lance Thomas comes in for Trevor Booker. And it's Collison in for Rudy Gay. Wright sets a screen. Fires from the line. Shoots from the elbow. Here's Spates. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Their last encounter was in Sacramento.
Yeah, it was a narrow win. But at that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
You know, whether it was their smart play or a few whistles that perhaps could have gone either way, when games are tight, every decision becomes more magnified.
Wright sets a screen. Here's Stevenson. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Stevenson's got 4 points in the quarter.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing!
John Rondo is checked in for Sacramento. And here are the Kings now. 3-point lead. The Grizzlies with some changes. Marc Gasol is checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Conley in for Donald Sloan. Sacramento also making some changes. Montejunas is checked in for Lance Thomas. Gay comes in for Darren Collison. And Freak subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Conley and Allen in the backcourt. Maurice Spates out there with Wright. And it's Gasol at the center position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. 1:14 left in the fourth. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 6 assists now in the game. Pass to Bellinelli. Dish now to Freak. Kicks to Montejunas. Just 5 to shoot. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Cousins buries it.
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Dave Yeager coaching his team during that break. He laid out the X's and O's and told them, we're still alive, guys. We've just got to work together, trust each other, and play our backsides off. Kevin, we'll see if they've got enough in the tank to get over the top.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Memphis. Johnson comes in for Maurice Spates. So it's Sacramento. 4-point game. Pass to Montejunas. Dishes it to Freak. Tries a three. Good work defensively by Conley.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Gasol with it. He's picked up by Cousins. Here's Green. Connects. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Got him with the turnaround there. That was as sweet as honey.
And it's Sacramento's ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And now they foul and stop the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
Gasol against Montejunas. Outside Conley with the shot. Sacramento grabs the miss. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
Johnson outside. Stevenson dishes to Conley. From deep, Johnson off target with that shot. So it's Sacramento picking up the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke.
Well, Rudy can...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Rudy Gay. Tonight we saw all the reasons why he's been an established presence in this league for as long as he has. Clutch play from a great veteran.
There must be something about playing on the road that brings out the best in him. I haven't seen this in a player in a while. He gave a very focused and determined effort. And this effort is the biggest reason they're walking away with this win, Ernie, Kenny.
He went about his business tonight so efficiently on the offensive end. It was very savvy. It was a heads-up performance. It seemed like he had his hand on about every single basket, from scoring to assist.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire...
The 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up against the Sacramento Kings. Looking at the Kings, they've been on top of their game from the opening tip of the new season. Each time out, they seem to be refining their approach and getting more confident as a unit. They've got to feel good about how things are starting to take shape. Detroit had some players leave over the summer and over last season as well. It's a young team. Looks like they're going to try and build around Andre Drummond. How do they go about that, Kenny?
Well, Drummond's not a big threat from the outside. So, you have to have a stretch four that could help him out a lot. Then he'd have room for interior. They drafted Stanley Johnson. The kid is going to be pretty special. And spacing around the perimeter is going to help. And that will make Detroit a much better.
Let's take them back.
It's the Pistons, and they're doing business on the road. It's an interconference NBA matchup. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. It's a one-game reprieve at home for the Kings here with their Sacramento fans and then back on the road. Everyone on this team is pleased with the beginning of the season. They're playing so well right now, 5 consecutive wins.
Kevin, this is really a great team. I wouldn't put it past them to continue to play at this very high level. That's the makeup of this squad. Good character, tremendous talent, well coached. They very well can continue to play good basketball.
And no reason to think they won't. You summed it up very well there. From top to bottom, it's a terrific squad. I don't expect them to run into a whole lot of speed bumps.
Collison comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Freak subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Morris is checked in. On the floor for Detroit, Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Marcus Morris is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Collison. Here's Freak. Shot clock at 6. Hits the three-point bomb. Freak's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And there's the pass to Caldwell Pope. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And that one's good. Drummond.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. At some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got 10 points.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Gay outside. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And the double clutch layup in that situation, that's just him playing to the crowd, guys.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Pistons.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
Kufis checked in for the Kings. Booker comes in for Lance Thomas. The Kings trail by 10. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Stan Van Gundy had a moment to share with me. He said a big part of their focus defensively will be on trying to contain Rudy Gay, adding, he presents some challenges because he can shoot over the top, and also he's a tremendous finisher inside. We've got to force him to that left hand, but I'm hoping we won't have to double too much because they have plenty of other guys who can knock it down. Kevin, the challenges are full.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Now here's Collison. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Now here is Augustine. Defended by Kufis. Augustine passes to Morris. They set the pick. There's the feed to Meeks. And Johnson now top of the key. Now here is Augustine. D right on him. Good on the baseline, Jay.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
Now here's Collison. Lets it fly from 18. Gay misses.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. He doesn't miss many of them.
Augustine with it. Gay picks him up defensively. And it's Baines missing. The Kings trail by 12. To the paint. And Rudy Gay with the slam.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. And Meeks kicks to Morris. Misses the three. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Pistons lead by 10. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own.
He's checked in for Monty Eunice. Gay comes in for Thomas. Darren Collison, he's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And Freak subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Freak in at point guard. Rudy Gay is out there with Trevor Booker. There's Collison, and it's Cousins in at center. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Augustine. Baines, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
A moment now to see the numbers for Morris. Some last season stats for him. He was around 12 points per game last year. 4 rebounds and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Yeah, in every way, I think he's doing a much better job, and the numbers certainly support that.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
And he makes the first.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
I tell you what, nice job making the most of their opportunities.
Kufis checked in for the Kings. He hits both from the stripe. The Kings trail by 8. Out to the right wing. Freak with it. He's against Morris, and it's Freak missing.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
Sacramento's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. For the 3, the shot will not go. And Detroit the other way now. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. Seemed like anytime the fans got a little... hostile They just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
The bombs were really falling, weren't they? I mean, great shooting, especially when you consider it was on the road.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Grizzlies was just a man on a mission. He finished with 13 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
Good job as always, Doris. Thank you, guys. What was your take on his performance?
Kevin, I really felt like he left it all out on the floor. I'll say this. It was a great, hard-charging effort.
Guys, when he's on, nobody's more fun to watch. And he was definitely on in that game.
Morris, no good.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Now here is Augustine. Not a lot of room. And stolen by Freak.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
High, arcing shot. Augustine, no luck.
Boy, he blew the easy 2 by profile. Trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
Booker. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Johnson dishes to Meeks. Lets it go from deep. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. The Pistons on top, up 2. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
DeMarcus, you guys seem to have a lot of opportunities to score, but have not been able to capitalize as much as usual. Is this something that you've talked to the team about?
That's something I've been preaching on. They're giving us a lot of opportunities, and we got to do something with it. So hopefully we can keep them missing shots and we can get something out of it.
Hopefully they're listening to your sermon, DeMarcus. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
Hey guys, some keys to talk about from
ladies and gentlemen. And it's been a back and forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Some of the Kings will go for a different look here. Kufis checked in for Monty Eunice. Thomas comes in for Rudy Gay. Darren Collison, he's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And Freak subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Morris is checked in for Detroit. Johnson comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. They've got Drummond. Jackson is out there with Johnson. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Morris in at the 3 spot. Drummond passes to Jackson. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Jackson's got 6 here in this quarter. The Kings trail by 9. Out to the wing. And Cousins kicks to Freak. Puts up a 3. Good. Freak's got 11 points.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
Jackson a screen on Thomas. Johnson wide open. He fires. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick.
And he came off that screen and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Cousins, and there are the Kings with another bucket.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
It's Jackson with the drive. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Cousins.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
And Drummond throws it down.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
The rebound by Johnson. Look at the last game for Sacramento. It was a win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got. Terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and then excellent transition offense.
And really, it all stems from the aggressive defense. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
And another shot. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
That's good from Harris. Booker, he's checked in for Kosta Koufos. Detroit also making some changes. Jody Meeks comes in for Morris, and DJ Augustine subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And Harris drops them both.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second. Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Sacramento shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game, and he makes the first. Rudy Gay's checked in for the Kings. And Detroit with a change here, too. Arthur's checked in. And both free throws good from Freak.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Drummond sets the screen for Augustine. Johnson dishes to Meeks. 6 to shoot. Here's Augustine. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Augustine's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
All right, Sacramento, please welcome. The 4th quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. And some changes here for the Kings. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Booker. Caspi comes in for Monty Eunice. And Freak subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Pistons, Marcus Morris is checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Johnson comes in for Meeks, and it's Jackson in for Augustine. Freak, he's in at the point. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Caspi. Then there's Rudy Gay, and it's Bellinelli in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Jackson, that's good.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
And Caspi kicks to Bellinelli. Pass to Freak, but 3. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
Yeah, and they've been on the winning end. I mean, effort is one thing you can always control in addition to attitude. I will credit this lead to force of will. Drummond having a terrific game. He's got 10 rebounds, and he's picked up 1 dime.
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Pistons.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. .136 left in the 4th quarter. Gay outside. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Kicks it to Freak. Trying his luck deep. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense there from Jackson. On the wing, Jackson. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Pistons.
Two great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Reggie Jackson. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Five seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now here's Freak, guarded by Jackson. Collison. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
And so the Pistons can now just hold on to the ball. Meeks with it. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, Reggie Jackson. He had just an outstanding fourth-quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
Listen up, everybody. Reggie Jackson, he can...
And, folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.